I'm gonna make a quick Pilates video, and I want this video to be a lesson that no matter what happened in your day, if you just want to say screw it, I'm gonna finish my day off right, then you know it's after 9 o'clock, it's 9:02, and I feel so yucky and gross that I really haven't done a lot of physical activity today, and I just wanted to give up. And I don't know about y'all, but there's a lot of negativity in the air, and literally just in our nation, in our world, the whole world right now. So do whatever it is that you can to pull yourself out of that crap. And if at the end of the day you need to do some physical movement to get you to feel better, I highly recommend it. So that's what this is going to be. It's not going to be yoga. So it's just going to be good old-fashioned physical activity, moving the body, feeling good. So very, very simple. I want you to start hands and knees, doing cat-cow. So just inhale to arch the back and look up. Exhale to round and curl in. So I want just like maybe 10 of these. And you can do whatever kind of breath feels right for you. The Pilates breath is a forced exhalation, preferably through pursed lips, as if you're trying to blow air out of a straw. But you can do it with an open mouth too. Whatever feels right for you. Just make sure the abdominal wall is engaged, as well as do not forget the pelvic floor, okay? It's on the bottom. I talk about this constantly. The bottom of your torso, it is your pelvic floor muscles, PC muscles known as Kegel squeezes, okay? It's whatever muscles stop the flow of urine. Men and women both have them. Saw a show today about how many genders are there, how many, and it was like, what? I thought it was just men and women, but what do I know? Okay, a couple more. I like to try to keep the abdominal wall taut when you curl out like this. Just a little bit, not crazy. Okay, let's do one more and stay there. Really tuck the belly in a lot. Try to bring the pubic bone into the belly button and then just crunch like crazy. So just repeat that crunch. Exhale. This really is yoga too. You're creating that fire. That fire in your breath is so important. Creating that fire in the body that can detox and cleanse you physically, mentally, emotionally, everything, spiritually. I'm gonna keep doing this until I feel done. Might be a half hour. Just kidding. Let's do like 4 more. Okay, that feels really good. Go ahead and dive up to the sky now. I'm staying on the knees for a moment here. Dive up to the sky. Interlace your hands. A little bit of a back bend, pushing your hips forward. Just be careful here. With your spine, only bend as much as it feels safe to you. And pull your abdominals in and your pelvic floor. Especially and even on the back bend. Your abs won't tighten the same way, but you can still engage them. So little back bend, especially if you've been sitting at a computer, which I have a lot of the day. I'm gonna do a couple more of these side lifts. I want you to lean as far as you can to one direction and do a double and keep going. And I'm gonna also squeeze my arms up against my ears. Typically I like to exhale on the way up, but you can really just do what works for you. Last 2. Dive back up, or do a little back bend, and then dive back down. So we're gonna come back to our lovely cat-cow. Okay, if you have any lower back pain, This is so fantastic. And just be aware and be careful that you're holding in your abs the whole time. So I'm just gonna have us take the left leg up and out behind you. Again, this is where you wake up the abdominal wall. You key into how's my back feeling. The back should be relatively quiet here. Not doing a whole lot. It's mainly the glutes and activating, just squeezing the leg muscles around the bones in that leg. So I'm just gonna lift up that left leg a few times, just up and down. And then I'm gonna add in the right arm. You can do it separately if you want to, but I'm gonna add them both. Just a little lift and lower of the right arm and the left leg. Just really keying into the abdominal wall, staying taut, pulling in tight. Now, a couple more. I want your weight evenly distributed, by the way, between the left hand and the right knee. Make sure the right knee is as much of a 90-degree angle as possible. So inhale big, a little bit of an arch perhaps in your back if that feels okay. Then exhale, crunch everything in like mad, even tighter than before. Inhale, open big, exhale, close tight. So I think I'm gonna do, this is 3, 6 of these. 2 more. Actually try to get your nose to touch your knee. Come on, come on, come on. And then little crunches in and in and in for about 8 of them. Open back out and hold there. Pull the abs in another little bit. So now I'm going to take the right arm out to the side. You probably can't see this from the side, but and then I'm going to take the left leg out to the side. I haven't done this in a long time. You could put your right arm down at the same time, but see if you can take that left leg all the way out to the side and hold it there. If that gives you a Charlie horse, drop it down first and then lift it up. So I'm going to lift my right arm up as well, and then I'll add just a little bit of a lift and a lower. Both the arm and the leg. 2 more. Finally, I'm going to do a little circle with that left leg. Just a little circle. 4. Other direction. 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to finish this out by diagonally just lifting gently that leg up. A little bit of a scorpion here. Tighten the abs. Take the right arm, reach back, left foot. Let's push the left foot into the right hand. Take the gaze up to the sky. This should feel, depends on how often you do it. It probably hurts if you never do it. I want you to hug that left knee towards the middle of the body, that midline. And we're kicking that left leg back pretty hard so that when you're done, you really need to stretch the quad there. Okay. Between sides, I'm just gonna lean and rock the hips side to side. Oh, that feels so good. If you're around, dive back down, exhale. A little half up, tuck the abs in, make sure the back is straight. Legs can have a slight bend. If you need to, come way up here to keep your back straight. Walk or hop the legs back. And then I'm gonna do a little twist. And one more chaturanga. Drop down and pull through. I miss you, yoga. Okay, coming back down to the knees for the other side. You know what I love doing, real quick, is lift back up into down dog and then just gently tap or not even touch the ground with your knees and feel how much the abs do. Feel how much your abs have to grip right there in order to stay in control. So I love doing that, just a drop and a lift, and a drop and a lift, and just feel the way the abs grip. If that hurts your back or whatever, then bend less, bend more shallow, right? Or don't do it, or just pull your abs in tighter. Okay, let's drop all the way down to the mat for the other side. I'm gonna do another little lean. So right leg. Okay, just feel that right leg lift. Feel what it does to your core. Feel the abs lift up and in. If that's not automatic, that's what you're doing. That's part of what we're doing when we exercise is we're programming our mind too. That muscle memory, it's in your mind. It's in your muscles too, but I think it's mostly in your mind. So you're training your body to automatically leg lift and just pulling in the abs, waking up the core, a little bit of a lift and lower. And what I was saying was, I hope that becomes an innate or automatic programmed response, is that abdominal wall lifting up and in when it's needed, really, or all the time. So left arm then, when you're ready, let's add them both. A little lift and lower, nice gentle, or you can be not as gentle. Just feel this out, equal, distribution between the right arm and the left knee. Left knee should be pretty much perpendicular to the mat. Inhale, let's open up. Exhale, let's crunch in. Nose to knee, 6 of these. Last one. Stay there with the crunch. Eight. Open back out. Okay, pull the abs in. Last time, I don't have room on the side here. Last time I dropped my left arm at first before taking that leg out to the side. So I'm gonna do that again here. Try to make it as perpendicular as you can. Lifting up that left arm if you can. Couple little lifts. Abs have to stay super tight here. 4 circles one direction. 2, 3, 4, other direction. 3, 4. Slowly bring that back behind you. Bending the knee, grab the foot. So point your foot if you can. Pull the abs in. Let's kick the leg back. Hug the right knee into the left side. Not too much, just kind of hug it in. Kick, kick, kick. And let's let that come down, giving the quad a little bit of a stretch. Oh, feels so good. Drop them back down. Again, that little side to side shift. Love that. And we may as well go back and do that, another sun salutation. So I'm gonna start with a little snake forward, cobra, and tuck the toes under, lift the hips. Downward facing dog, pedal the feet. Walk or jump the feet to the hands when you're ready. Feel this out. Move around, do what feels right for you. I love that little shift in the down dog, side to side. Oh, feels so good. Walk or jump the feet to the hands. I already said that. Reverse swan dive. Inhale. I'm gonna come right back down. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, half up. Exhale, walk or jump the legs back. Going back to that twist. Make sure the wrists are right underneath the shoulders. If you have any wrist pain, don't do this for very long, but build up to it. Or come down onto your elbows. You guys probably know the modifications. You can be up on the fists. You can hold a weight. You can be on a softer surface with your hands and wrists. Yeah, I'm doing this for a while. I'm still going. In fact, let's take it down to the elbows, everybody. And can you still see me? A little twist here. Keep going. Wrists. There we go. Shoulders on top of elbows this time. How big this is to you is up to you. You can make it small. You can drop down onto your knees. I want you to be lifting up and out of the shoulder joint. Don't sink and sag down into it. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 4. I'm going to come into a side plank next. So drop down to your right side or whatever. You can drop the knee down with you and add a little rainbow stretch here. Okay, so I'm going to change this up. And I'm going to let that knee, I'm going to start with the hand. So if you have wrist issues, you might want to stay on that elbow. But I'm going to lift up to a full side plank, squeeze the glutes so you can stack the feet like on top of one another. You can stagger them, or you can drop the knee down. Lots of options. I just want you to hold that for a moment. Hand you can really put that one wherever you want. Just make sure the core is engaged. I'm gonna add that little rainbow again. And scoop. You know what? I'll do that in a second. So let's drop that left arm. Let's come down like we did before, knee and elbow. Give that little rainbow stretch. And then come up to your full plank. Try to make that as perpendicular as you can with that left arm. And replicate what you did last time with the feet. If you can look up, that makes it more of a balanced challenge, a little bit harder. Add that little rainbow stretch. Now circle the arm back down. We're gonna come down onto the elbows again. And this time I'm going to go ahead and open back up to the left side and then just hug or curl that left arm in repeatedly. So I like to make this movement really big. I like to open up big and close big. If you feel like you can get a better crunch by dropping that knee down, then I would say do it. Feel this out. I think that's 3 or 4. Let's do 6. Last one. Stay crunched. This hurts your shoulders, you're done. Come back to the center. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just go back to that side to side shift. Little twist, log roll. 6, 4, 2, and 1. Left arm stays perpendicular. Right arm opens up. Same thing with the feet. If you can stack your feet, that's pretty impressive. I have to stagger mine at least a little bit in order to get this movement bigger. I like the bigger movement, therefore I need a little bit more stability. I think that was 2. Here's 3. 4. I miss people. 5. 6. Stay crunched. Go ahead and take it back down to the ground. Again, a little twist. 8, 7, 6, 4, 2, and 1. Come back up to your plank. I know that's a lot of front support work. Might be too much on your wrists. Let me shift gears here and give you a break from the wrist. We need one more thing. Oh man, that feels so good. Again, walk or jump the feet to the hands. And we're just gonna come onto the back. Notice how I don't have any equipment. I wanted to do that on purpose. I want you to be able to come to some of the videos and just not need anything, not be prepared at all, just come as you are. Okay, even if you don't have a mat, just blanket, something, be on the floor, something soft. Okay, so we're just gonna get into our boat pose. Drive the belly button down into the floor. I like to shift a little bit side to side. Find that space that feels right to you, where you feel your sit bones, but then you come on back to your sacrum and you feel that. Hopefully you can kind of feel where your sacrum is. If you feel your tailbone, you feel your lower back touching the ground, you're too far. Find that sacrum. We're not having a flat back here, but it's not super rounded, but pull your abs in. That's your focus. As long as your abs are tight, it will support your back. Okay, you decide what works for you. If you need to drop your feet down, if you need to drop your hands down. So I'm gonna go ahead and do one leg at a time here. And if you want, you can build up to both legs. Now I'm having my hands still support me. Just a little bit of pressure on the legs so that my abs don't pop out. I wanna keep pulling the belly button in. 2 more. So I am going further back than my sacrum now. I'm gonna go back into my lower back and hold there. A little bit of a, what do they call these in gymnastics? Rockers? Oh, hollow rockers, hollow body rockers, I believe. I'm not as far down as they go though. Probably could do it. I haven't done a ton of abs lately. Let's do a couple more. I'm gonna go a little bit further down this time. Now, go ahead and drop all the way down to the floor. Give yourself a little roll. If that strained your back at all, just be aware of that. Hopefully it wasn't too much. And stretch it out here, massage it out here. Okay, a couple more. Almost done. Once you're on your back, let's do a knee drop side to side. So come slowly all the way back down, one vertebrae at a time if you can. If you're really warmed up and ready to go, you can keep the legs straight from the get-go. I would recommend starting with a bent knee, arms out to a T, drop the legs to one side. You feel how far of a drop you can handle. I would not drop as far as I did your first time, especially if you're newer to this. Exhale on the way up. Inhale on the way down. Exhale on the way up. Keep your shoulder blades in contact with the mat the whole time. It would be really easy if you just let your hips, your legs do this all day long, no problem. Your back might hurt after a while because your abs aren't helping. So make sure your abs are doing, I would say, like 90% of the work. Make your abs do the majority of the work. And that should feel like, when you're coming up to the center, your bum and your legs should feel lighter than if you weren't engaging your abs. Exhale. 2 more if you want to build up to that straight leg. And other side. Right there in the center, if you want to like just find that middle again, little tick-tock, pendulum swing, until you feel like your spine is back to normal, evened out. Okay, once you're back in the center, I'm just gonna challenge your abs here. Find your edge, take your legs back and forth. I'm doing a little bit of a hip lift. If you need to put your hands underneath your low back, if that helps you feel more stable and supported, do it. If you don't need it, don't do it. Okay, as you build up, although you're getting tired too, but as you get more warmed up, you might be able to take the legs out even farther, even close to the ground with a hip lift and taking the legs down to the floor. You can make that a little bit less intense by doing one leg at a time, and you can still lift up the hips there. So let's do about 4 more. You can exhale on that lift. If you want to make it harder, you can lift the arms off of the mat. Okay, 1 more. Both legs up, little hip lift by itself, little tiny. You can make it big, but I want you to go straight up and down. Exhale, exhale, exhale. I'm gonna do a little pendulum. Or no, we already did that. Single leg circle, let's do that. Drop the left leg. I know I said 1 more thing. I'm gonna sneak in a couple more things. Extend that right leg. I always like to stretch the hamstring first. Give it a nice little stretch. What you do with that bottom leg is up to you. You can keep it straight down, but it's a lot of work to keep that back neutral. It's a little bit easier if you bend the knee, but I like the more work. So let's keep the right leg as perpendicular as you can make it. That's just, flexibility thing. Let's turn out that leg. Again, that might not be supernatural to you either. I'm gonna point the foot. I'm gonna just do a little circle. I like to start small, keep the head down relaxed, pull the abs in, feel how the abs want to help, and grip. A lot of abs here. You can make it harder by lifting up the arms. And then I like to make that circle a little bit bigger as I go. Exhale in the upswing. You decide how big to make that circle. Just be in control. Let the abs do a lot of the work. Last 2. We're going to keep that leg going, just going the other direction. Again, I'm going to start kind of small and just really test that grippiness of your abs. And let's keep, as we get bigger, keep that circle right above the hip that it's coming out of, right? So don't keep it all the way on one side or all the way on the other side. You'll have a tendency to keep the right leg on the right side, obviously. Make sure you're crossing that leg over to the left side. Exhale in the upswing. Let's go 1 more. Bring the right leg into the chest. Stretch out where you need to. We're gonna do a little single leg stretch. Lift up the torso. Maybe just bring the chest to the leg, the knee. And swap it out. Do the same thing. Just do what you can. I'm flexing my left foot. You could keep, and my right. You could keep the toes, feet pointed or flexed here. I'm just gonna flex it to stretch the back of the leg, you know, and now point it. So inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. I like to do it that way on this single leg stretch. And then we'll turn that into the single straight leg if you want to. My chair's in the way. By straightening that leg. We haven't done the left side yet, so that left hamstring isn't quite as stretchy. So maybe keep this little. I'm gonna do little baby breaths here. You can do an inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale, whatever works for you. I'm gonna let go now and just do a scissor kick. Drop the head. Pound it out. Love it. Left leg, let's go. Right leg, figure out where it's gonna be. I like to give the leg a little hug. Straighten the left leg. Most people don't have a straight leg here, by the way. You have to have pretty stretchy hamstrings to be able to do that. And use a strap here if you have one, if you want to. Okay, let's let go of that leg a bit now. Find what works for you, turn out the leg, include, when you turn, the reason I say turn out the leg and not turn out the foot is that turnout begins at the hip, right? So it's the whole leg. So I'm going counterclockwise, small, drive that belly into the floor. Let's go a little bit bigger. As you go, I'm gonna challenge myself this time again. Lift the arms up off the mat. Exhale in the upswing as the leg comes back up towards your face. Make sure that leg is crossing over to the right side. Last two. Let's go right into the other direction. Here we go, left, same leg. Opposite direction, little baby circles. Make it a little bit bigger as you go. I want to finish this video before my card gets full again. Here we go. I'm lucky I get to use a really good camera. My son bought like $1,000 camera for his YouTube channel. But I think he's gonna be moving away soon. Makes me so sad. And I'm just discovering his camera. Last two. And one. Ooh, that's some good stuff. Hug that knee in again. Let's go back to that single leg. First, let's lift up the torso. Let's just go right into the single leg stretch. Careful. So on this, sometimes I like to grab and pull, so I'm stretching at the same time as working the abs. But then after it's all stretched out, then I can make it less of a pull and more of just a tap, just a gentle little nudge, so the abs are doing more. Go back to the single straight leg. This time both hamstrings are stretched out. So you can be a little bit more intense. And I'm gonna pull that in just to get that extra stretch. And I'm gonna take away that pull. And just let the legs do the work. Turn it into a scissor kick. Oh. Go, go, go. You decide how quick, how big to make this. 8, 7, 6, 4. Hug your knees. Ooh, into the chest. Good stuff. I'm gonna finish this out. Okay, so we did single leg stretch. Now we're going to do single leg circles. Double leg circles, otherwise known as a corkscrew. Again, I like to start small and get bigger. I like to also add that hip lift. It's exhale in the upswing as it comes towards your face. If you want to make that really hard, you can take away the arms. Oh, that was super hard to make it big anyways. Notice how my arms are like counterbalancing side to side. I'm cheating. Let's go the other direction. Start small. I'm gonna start with my arms down again. Exhale. Your knees can be bent for this, of course. Watch your back. Your back should feel fine. Your abs should be doing all this work, really. Okay, arms up. For me. It's kind of crazy if you're going big to have your arms up. Last two. Holy abs. And one. Okay, even yourself out. Little side to side twist. Finally, little baby lifts again. 8, 7, 6, 4, 2, and 1. I'm going to finish this with reaching to the toes. The legs can be bent or straight, whatever. Lift up the torso, pull the abs in. It's kind of like the 100. Well, not really. In fact, let's just do 100 real quick. Inhale for 5. Exhale. Oh, chin to chest. I miss you, 100. Point the feet, squeeze the legs together, and then in and of themselves. The legs don't have to be straight. They can be bent, of course. And you can also push them away from you to make it even harder. You might think this is harder, but I think this is harder. Bending the knees and take them out. Oh! I make all sorts of weird sounds when I'm in pain. Okay, so this should kill off the abs right here. Reach. You don't have to obviously touch the toes, but do it if you can. 6. Oh gosh. And die. Hopefully you're feeling the need to stretch the abs here. So let's do it. Feel out your body. That's what it's all about. Feel your body. Listen to your body. Like my low back has been kind of hurting lately because I haven't been doing as much abs. I'm telling you. Okay, so let's stretch the front body. Roll up to a forward fold. Walk or jump the legs back. Gently drop the knees down to the floor. And let's just really ease into that cobra stretch because abs did a lot of work just now. Let them really slowly stretch out big time. Oh, that is so good. A couple more breaths, just live there. And let's add that twist. I'm just doing a nice little like corkscrew almost here. And then I'm going to do a big twist to the left. Take your gaze way back. Oh, that feels so good. By the way, this is just called chill music. Other side. Just chill. No copyright music. It's a pretty cool website. A lot of music that just says just chill. I like it. Come back to the center because, you know, making videos you can't use copyrighted music. Oh, I've made that mistake before and then my video goes bye-bye. So let's tuck the toes under. One more downward facing dog. Exhale, really engage the abs there. Stretch the shoulders by pressing the chest towards the ground. Love, love, love this stretch. I want to finish, I'm going to keep saying that, but I want to finish on the knees the same way we started, sort of. You can't see my face, but whatever. A little bit of a back bend. You decide how wide the legs, to make the legs, the wider, the more secure you're going to feel. But I kind of like it narrow sometimes because I feel like that stretches that side body more. The more you stretch, the more you'll engage that stretch reflex response, and that's why you feel sore when you stretch really deeply. Your muscles are like freaking out, trying to protect you from overstretching. And luckily, you're smart and you're being careful so that you don't overstretch to injure, but you stretch just deep enough that you're gonna be sore and you're gonna just increase your range of motion, flexibility. Okay, so I'm gonna put my hands on my head. If I had a weight, I would probably use it, but I don't. So I'm just gonna exhale to come up. I love a sore side body. Last 4, 2, and 1. A little tiny back bend or big. Exhale, swan dive down. And then let's re-stretch or put the back in place. after all that back bending and really round the back. So you decide where your back needs the most. My back needs a lot of rounding right now. So I'm gonna do a little catcher's mitt pose and just sort of hug. I love this stretch, just hugging my arms around my knees. A little kind of a bind. I grab my heels and I pull down. And you may as well turn that into a little cobra or finish your practice off with a little headstand. Oh. Okay, so a little cobra. Wait, not cobra. Crow. Did I say cobra? I meant crow. Crow, and then turn that into a headstand. Crow headstand. I'm on a carpet, so that feels really fine. You can stay there with the legs on the elbows or arms, or you can kick the legs out and up. Great way to finish your practice. That way you really have to focus and breathe. I know I said we're doing Pilates, but I always combine the two, I really do. But it was definitely more Pilates. We didn't really have a lot of yoga philosophy. Drop the legs in whatever fashion feels good to you. I'm gonna open them up to give those inner thighs a bit of a stretch. Take the weight off the head, give my head a sec, and then maybe do just a wide-legged forward fold while you're there. And then take the body one side, hug the knee, or like nose to knee rather, hug the leg. And maybe do a quick little twist. And then walk it to the other side, hug the leg. Thank you for joining me today. It's never too late to get in some movement, get in a little detox for the body. It always feels so good. You never regret taking care of your body. I'm just gonna do a couple little squats there. You know what? I'm gonna add on a quick little firefly. I miss you, yoga. Bring the hands underneath your body, have a seat. You don't have to lift your legs up at all. You can just practice sitting down on your arms. Haven't done this in months. And lift up the legs. May as well finish this out with a little prayer pose. If you're feeling good in your back and everything, I'm gonna come on my knees, but you stand up, dive up to the sky, and think of something you're grateful for. Bring the hands into prayer pose. Think about that, whatever that you're grateful for. Deep breath in and out. Namaste. Love you guys.